Welcome back to Building Character, where we figure out how to play as your favorite fictional characters in Dungeons & Dragons. Join the Patreon to vote for Mina Ashido or Tokiyami from My Hero Academia, and like and subscribe for more time with your very good friend next time you play. Maybe. Today we're building Gon Freecs from Hunter x Hunter, who is a very nice boy that just wants the approval of his absentee father, which is wild because he's really cool. He's done amazing things, he has great friends, he doesn't need the approval of a deadbeat jerk who keeps creating more and more hoops for him to jump through. I wish someone would just tell Gon that he's good enough and he can be proud of himself without having to break himself. Someone should say that while he's still young, so he doesn't get through most of his 20s feeling worthless.
Do I look like...
Let's start off with our goals for this build. First, we need that fishing pole if we want to be Gon the Fisherman. That's the first goal because it's the primest. Next, we need to visit Dwayne Johnson in Missouri. It's a show me rock. I'm stretching pretty far for these jokes. Finally, we're gonna ignore Greed Island, or at least the cards of it, which isn't really much of a goal, but I just wanted to clarify it right now. That's like a weird video game full of power-ups that Gon doesn't get to bring with him later. I guess you never really know what you've got until it's not there anymore. For stats, we'll be using the standard point buy from the player's handbook. Roll for stats if you want, just keep your multi-classing minimums in mind. Gon's powers change pretty much every arc, so it's gonna get a little messy. Dexterity and wisdom at 14. You're really fast and really good at sniffing. I don't know why sniffing stuff is such a regular trope in anime, but I'm here for it, it's cool. Strength and charisma at 13. You're also strong and inspiring. I would be inspired if I saw a child throw a boulder. Constitution has to be a bit low at 11, but we'll still have plenty of health. Don't worry, we just can't have everything high. So it's nice that Gon isn't brainy. That means that we can dump intelligence down to 8. Ingenuity isn't intelligence, it's probably wisdom, if anything. Intelligence is reading books and doing math, not Gon's thing. Gon is a human, and since we didn't get constitution as high as I'd like, we'll make him a tough human with the tough feat, giving you 2 extra HP for every level you get. A lot of the time, Gon solves problems through sheer endurance. Bump your dexterity and wisdom with your 2 free points, take animal handling for your skill of choice, and the sailor background for athletics and perception proficiency. You just kinda go fishing before you start your adventure, that's your background. We'll kick things off as a fighter, letting you grab 2 skills from the fighter list like acrobatics and survival, helping you hunt things and stay flexible with your massive strength. You know, like a hunter. Grab the unarmed fighting style to fight unarmed. That'll make your unarmed attacks deal 1d6 plus your strength modifier and damage, 1d8 with 2 free hands, and 1d4 to a creature you have grappled once per turn. I know we're actually more invested in dexterity than strength, but we've done this trick a few times before. I bet true Tulok fans will know what's coming. Trulock fans. You also get second wind to heal 1d10 plus your fighter level as a bonus action once per short rest, letting you heal way faster than you should. Wow, multi-classing time already? Trulock fans shouldn't be surprised. Monks get unarmored defense, making your AC 10 plus your dexterity and wisdom modifier while you're wearing shorts. They're just so comfy and easy to wear. While unarmored, you can use martial arts, letting you make unarmed attacks with your dexterity modifier. You can make an unarmed attack as a bonus action after you attack with an unarmed attack or a monk weapon on your action. A whip doesn't fit the definition of a monk weapon just yet, but in a second it will. That's gonna be our fishing pole. Second level monks can turn a whip into a monk weapon with dedicated weapon, which lets you use a martial weapon as a monk weapon with certain conditions, but a whip meets all of those, so now you can whip and then kick in the same turn. Again, you can't use martial arts with armor on, but unarmored movement is another great reason to not wear anything heavy, giving you extra speed for keeping it light. You also get key points you can use to do cool Nen stuff like Step of the Wind, letting you dash or disengage as a bonus action, doubling your jump distance as well for some big anime hops. Patient Defense lets you dodge as a bonus action, focusing your Nen in one place to take less damage. Flurry of Blows lets you make 2 unarmed attacks instead of 1 as a bonus action, helping you really hammer away at creepy clowns. Boy howdy, I sure do love multi-classing, don't you? Good, because we're jumping to Ranger now. That will give you another skill from the Ranger list, like Stealth, so you can hunt the Hunter in the Hunter exam. Actually, neither Gon or Hisoka were hunters yet. Bad joke. Unsubscribe. First level Rangers get Canny, doubling your proficiency bonus with 1 skill. We'll start off with Survival. You're a pretty great hunter even before you become a hunter. You also get Favored Enemy, giving you a type of creatures you'll have advantage on tracking, which is slightly better than Favored Foe, in my opinion. They tried to buff Ranger and then they made it worse. That's the most Ranger thing you could do to Ranger. Until you hit second level of Ranger, at least where Ranger really kicks off and is a pretty good class, you get another fighting style. Druidic Warrior is exclusive to Ranger, letting you learn 2 cantrips from the Druid list. I guess you could also get those from Druid. Thorn Whip lets you use your fishing pole to yoink people closer to you, making a melee spell attack that deals 1d6 piercing damage and brings people in 10 feet closer, which sounds weird until you realize this melee spell attack actually has 30 feet of range. Mold Earth lets you affect the ground in some way, changing how it looks, or more accurately to Gon ripping it up and making a 5-foot hole or creating difficult terrain. They can't knock you out of the ring if you destroy the ring. You're also gonna lose if you destroy the ring. Gon isn't great at planning. You also get ranger spells, which have some fun exclusives like Hunter's Mark, or should I say Hunter's Mark? Not yet. That will add a d6 of damage to your weapon attacks against a creature, which does include unarmed attacks and gives you advantage on tracking them. So it's good for sneaking around behind the clown or just wailing on him. If you need to cut through some defenses with something like a sword arm, Zephyr Strike will let you move without provoking opportunity attacks for a minute. At any point in that minute, you can decide to end the spell early by adding a d8 of force damage to your next weapon attack, which includes your unarmed strikes, and your movement speed bumps up by 30 feet for that round. It's not a lot, but use it to blast through weird defenses if you need to. Anytime Gon uses scissors, there's some sort of charge element first. Third level rangers can choose a conclave, and I want you to be a hunter, so be a hunter. That will give you a type of prey. Colossus Slayer doesn't mean you have to be fighting giants, it just means that you can add an extra d8 of damage to one attack per round against a creature who has less than full HP. That means with Hunter's Mark, you could punch someone with 2d8 plus 1d6 plus your modifier. That's the Hunter's Mark. I think it's gonna rock. Show me. But if you want to show me a big anime jump, use the jump spell to triple your jump distance for a minute. Pairing that with Step of the Wind, you can sextuple your jump distance to really blast around. Thank God we're done multi-classing. Why does the graphic say Bard? Are you kidding me, Mason? This is your fault. First level bards get Bardic Inspiration, giving your allies an extra d6 to add to an ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. You've got a number of these equal to your charisma modifier per long rest, currently 1. Lord knows it's going to Killua. You also get more spells and cantrips. Mage Hand lets you lift things with a floating spectral hand that weigh less than 10 pounds, helping you yoink Hisoka's badge. Blade Ward gives you resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage for the round as an action, though if you're only focusing your Nen as a shield, eventually you're still gonna lose. For your first level spells, Heroism makes a creature immune to frightening and gives them temporary HP equal to your charisma modifier at the start of their turns, helping you get some non-bardic inspiration going. I know how much everybody hates bards. Detect Magic lets you sense magical auras and the type of magic causing them, so you can sense your enemy's Nen. Longstrider boosts a creature's movement speed by 10 feet, pairing it with all of your other movement buffs. That should help you get some hunter speed. If all of that wasn't good enough, you even get an extra skill. Persuasion will help you talk to people more gooder. Since we're multi-classing spellcasters, check page 165 of the player's handbook to figure out how many spells you get at any given level. I should come up with a bit for page 165 of the player's handbook, talk about it a lot, but I don't have a good running gag for it like calligraphy. 165, more like 160 thrive. I'll work on it. Second level bards get Song of Rest, letting you and your allies heal an extra d6 on short rests, and Jack of all trades, letting you add half your proficiency bonus to any skill check you're not proficient with. Everyone always assumes that anime protagonists have to be monks since they all have martial arts, but they also heal way more on short rests and never fail a skill check. That's a bard. Maybe they're both bardonkadonks. You can also grab another spell like Thunderwave to force a constitution saving throw on creatures in a 15-foot cube in front of you, dealing 2d8 thunder damage to those that fail and pushing them back 10 feet, half damage and no pushing if they succeed. Your low charisma modifier will make this kind of ineffective, but that's because you're an enhancer. Shockwaves are more of an emitter thing. Third level bards get great enhancer abilities with second level spells like Enhance Ability, giving a creature advantage on skill checks of a certain type. If you choose strength, they also double their carrying capacity. If you choose dexterity, they can ignore falls from heights of 20 feet or less, and if you choose constitution, they get 2d6 temporary HP. Whatever you choose, it lasts for an hour depending on your concentration. When I eventually build Kurapika, I have to figure out how to do this 6 times at once. That's gonna be fun. You also get expertise in 2 skills of your choice, doubling your proficiency bonus with those skills. Athletics and perception will help you get that super strength and senses going, even though we still haven't gotten an ability score improvement. Jeepers. You also get to choose a college, and I just want more skills, so lore time. That will give you 3 more skills like nature, insight, and sleight of hand. You also get cutting words, letting you use your reaction to subtract your inspiration die from an enemy's attack roll or skill check, distracting them to keep your friends safe. 4th level bards get an ability score improvement. Round up your dexterity and wisdom scores because you've had so many odd numbers for so long, it really truly hurt me. I'm choosing those since they're the best to make you competent in a fight. The rest of your stats, other than intelligence, could also be important, but I'm counting on skills and Jack of all trades to make those good. We can also get some paper at this point with the Shatter spell, forcing a constitution saving throw on creatures in a 10-foot radius, dealing 3d8 thunder damage to those that fail, half as much to those that succeed. It uses your bad charisma modifier, but again, paper kinda stinks. Just show them rock. We'll bounce back over to Ranger now. 4th level Rangers get another ability score improvement, bump up your dexterity for better fighting, dodging, stealthing. Look, dexterity is really flexible. That makes sense. It's It's literally flexibility. 5th level rangers get an extra attack, letting you make 2 attacks instead of 1 with your action. You can also make a 3rd with martial arts and a 4th with a flurry of blows. Normally I try to get here much faster, but martial arts makes it easier to accept that you don't have a 2nd attack as your action since you already have one on your bonus action. You also get 2nd level ranger spells like magic weapon, letting you make a weapon magical in terms of overcoming resistances, and add 1 to the attack and damage rolls for an hour. Put a little nen in a shovel to attack the ground. 6th level rangers get roving, adding 5 feet to your movement speed and giving you a climbing and swimming speed equal to your normal speed. Very useful considering the ultimate challenge you partake in is climbing a very tall tree. 7th level hunters get a defensive tactic option. Steel Will gives you advantage on saving throws against being frightened. Gon never runs away from a brawl. That's Kilua's thing. You can also scoop up another spell like Pass Without Trace, giving you and creatures of your choice within 30 feet of you plus 10 to their stealth checks, disguising your nen and helping you slink around unnoticed. 8th level rangers get another ability score improvement, cap off your dexterity modifier to fight way above your pay grade. Kinda messed up that a kid as young as you has to have a job anyway. Back over to fighter now. 2nd level fighters get action surge, letting you make 2 actions in 1 turn once per short rest, which means 4 attacks or up to 6 with a flurry of blows, letting you deal the damage of an adult version of yourself, but you can't do it that often. 3rd level fighters get to choose a martial archetype, and if you want to rock people as hard as possible, we need more damage. We'll get that as a battle master, giving you 4d8 superiority die you could spend on 3 maneuvers. Pushing attack forces a strength saving throw on a creature you hit with a melee weapon attack, pushing them 15 feet if they fail. Fainting attack lets you spend your bonus action to give yourself advantage on your next weapon attack, and lunging attack adds 5 feet to the range of an attack. All of these get to add your d8 superiority die to the damage, which can stack with Colossus Slayer and Hunter's Mark for a truly rocking punch. You're also a student of war, giving you proficiency with a set of tools of your choice. I don't really mind which one you take. 4th level fighters get another ability score improvement, bump your charisma and constitution up for more HP and better paper shots, not to mention more inspiration. We'll finish this off as a monk, adding even more oomph to our punches with the open hand monastic tradition. That will give you the open hand technique, letting you force a strength saving throw on a creature you hit with your flurry of blows, pushing them back 15 feet if they fail. Or you could force a dexterity saving throw to knock them prone. Or you could just stop them from taking reactions, hitting them so hard they can't think straight. That's always a fun option. You can also deflect missiles, letting you reduce the damage of incoming ranged attacks by 1d10 plus your dexterity modifier and monk level. If you drop it to 0, you can even yeet that ammo back, helping you win if you're playing dodgeball with the leader of the hunters. Our capstone is the 4th level of monk. For one last ability score improvement, so many places to put this, I'm gonna go with constitution, since all your other checks will be buffed with your jack of all trades, and Gon takes a lot of damage. You can also get slow fall to reduce your falling damage by 5 times your monk level as a reaction. Step of the Wind and the jump spell will make you jump high enough to take falling damage. This will stop that. Now that we've hit level 20, let's figure out how viable this build is. First, you can do some nice consistent damage with 3 to 4 attacks per round, plenty of ways to add a little extra oomph to them, and fun bonus effects after they land. You're also very mobile, with a big jump distance, extra movement speed for monk and ranger, and a climbing and swimming speed as well. Finally, you've got a ton of skills to get things done without fighting, and jack of all trades to be good at things you're supposed to not be good at. For weaknesses, your low intelligence could lead to failing some nasty saving throws. Feeble mind would stop you from casting any spells. That's bad. You're also dealing with some middling AC, around 18, which isn't all that bad, but it means you're going to take a hit or two. Finally, mediocre charisma is fine for skills, but your bard spells are going to have low saves, and you're not going to have as many inspiration die. But you knew that when you trained in a suboptimal Nen technique. Use it like twice to show the audience it exists, but mostly stick to rock. You're the hunter of all hunters. Just watch out for a hunter hunting you, or you could look like a real clown. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, subscribe for more. We make 2 videos every week. Join the Patreon to vote for Mina Ashido or Tokiyami from My Hero Academia, and sub to Tulok and Mango for more Tulok fun.